Wardrobe built in at the end of the bed.
Remember that time you thought you're cool and you're in that little tiny boutique hotel? You couldn't even get your feet in the room.
Oh, that one,
that Yota.
well, you're cool.
Yeah.
The Japanese place.
Yeah, the Yota before you then moved.
Get out to the streets.
And then they moved you to the other one that like rats.
The travel lodge.
Some roaches on the
That
bed
was a
and stuff.
refugee camp, wasn't it? No, that's what the travel lodge.
That was one in the corner.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
bad, wasn't it? There were roaches and all sorts.
Mattress was wrecked on it, that fucking sheet on the mattress. When we got the torch on it.
There was blood in there, wasn't there? That was it.
Did you leave him a review?
I don't think they'd care.
You didn't stay in the building long enough.
I'm filming this. This is behind the scenes. This is. I'm at the hotel with Matty Harris and his team, manager Max McCracken, Damien from Wasserman.
When you walk in the reception, just before the elevator and that, they've got all the. Clip this out.
I ain't clipping anything out.
They've got all the
This
adult,
is behind the scenes, mate.
adult toys. They've got all on the wall down there. It's mad, massive.
How did you notice them?
Exactly.
I was walking down. No, it's a big cabinet. You couldn't miss it.
really
That's
can't
Max. You couldn't miss it. Like you just look. I thought it was going to be like some sort of trophy cabinet. Or
Probably a
stuff.
swingers weekend that was, you know. Yeah.
How many times did we stay? You only stayed there for your debut, right?
Twice.
Twice.
Stayed there twice. I didn't notice it the first time though.
But you got moved there, didn't you? That's right.
Yeah. Because I got moved there. And
Welcome back, Mr. Harris. Usual.
But there's the masks on top of the bed as well. Little bed posts.
do you know what? You take that away.
What? That wasn't in everyone's room because I'm sure that weren't in mine.
I had a
That was it. You know the cats, the Tweedledee one.
No, mate.
Yes, you do.
You had special things in your rooms. Returning guests get special offers.
Nah, Max, you had it in your room, so didn't you?
Can't remember.
Max, there was nothing in Max's room because Max doesn't participate in such stuff.
Max had the deluxe package in his room.
Bible and decaf coffee.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was it. To be fair, take that stuff away. It's actually a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, wait, you get nice pasta. That's so good pasta.
Yeah. It was nice.
It was nice, yeah. It's right, Shoreditch.
Yeah. The actual, you know, the games, the arcade thing, didn't it? The old arcade games. It's quite trendy.
Yeah, they're not pinballs and like that.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they're calling them?
Yeah, the karaoke room was.
Obviously, just multifunctional.
Multifunctional. I'm October Red. I'm here with Matty Harris. I thought, I'm not going to wait for you lot to finish your private conversation. I thought I'd record it. We are here. Matty Harris makes his return this Friday at the Telford International Centre. It's been a while. It's been a lead up. You've gone through a lot to get where we are today, and we haven't even started. But welcome back to Matty Harris.
Absolutely, and thank you very much. I can't wait to be back out on Friday.
I don't think our viewers really understand how excited you are to fight, how frustrating it's been waiting, but there's, like everything, there's a process. Talk to us about that process and your patience and stuff that you've learned along the way.
Do you know what? It was frustrating at first because you've got, at the end of the day, I'm a competitor. So I wanted to right the wrong before anything, but it's everything has its time. And I was told by Peter to stay in the gym. We've stayed in the gym, we've stayed working hard, and finally I get to come back and put on a performance.
If your haircut's anything to go by, I can say that it's been a rough few months because we're going for this caveman look. I mean, I'm all up for it. It really helps you like connect with the viewers to say, look, talk to us about the training, what it's been like with Peter compared to obviously when you started your pro career.
Do you know what? It's been a lot more intense. It's been good. It's been he's a world level trainer. So he does world level training camps and he'll tell you himself I've had to work, and he's put me through it. He's pushed me through my paces, not just physically but mentally. And there's a lot of things that there were some things that we needed to work on, and I'm by no means, even now, I'm by no means a finished product. We've still got a long way to go. We've still got a lot of learning, and the frustration for kind of passed by, because at the end of the day, it made me realise I've got a long career ahead of me. So there's no rush. So I've been happy to stay patient, stay in the gym, just stay ticking away in the dark, and eventually get to return to the circus.
I know one of the things that you've been quite open with before your last fight was, you know, the lack of sparring. So you go from like the lack of sparring to preparing really good for this fight. And I hope you don't mind me saying that Peter's even got you sparring like double figures. And when we're talking about double figures, we mean rounds up to like 14. Talk to us about those training levels and the comparisons and how that benefits you.
It's been good. As I said, it pushes me to places that I haven't been before. And he did it because he wanted to see how I'd react. He knows I'm tough. I know I'm tough. And it's not just about being tough. It's about knowing, being able to think clearly under that kind of pressure, in that kind of environment, even when things don't go your way. His objective is to prepare me with the mindset of, listen, this fight isn't going to go how I want it to go, but I'm ready for whatever comes next. So obviously if the fight goes the way that I want it to go, then great, happy days. But the way that he trains me is very demanding, and it's very we cover all the bases, we cover all angles to make sure that I'm prepared and ready to shine under the lights.
I've seen you today. You've done, you know, several interviews, several outlets. I know that, you know, you didn't mind popping up at shows before, but there's been a change in you where you can. It's like you're about business now. Yeah. You're not really about like the showbiz side, this side, being on camera. That desire, that crave, that hunger to literally go and do what you're paid to do, but do it properly, and almost going in there with a chip on your shoulder, like, I've got something to prove. I mean, share that with the viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, it's a results-based business. I've got to go in there and prove my worth, don't I? At the end of the day, I'm coming off a loss, so I've got to go in there and correct my mistakes. Show the people that it's not just all show. You know what I mean? There's a bit of substance behind it. So, I mean, the showbiz kind of stuff, listen, we're still in that kind of business. Do you know what I mean? But definitely at the minute, you can mix the two, but I am 100% about my business. And I intend to take care of business on Friday. I mean, you've been, no, so go on. I was going to say, I mean, you've been in the gym. I mean, obviously you can't, well, you can say whatever. You've been in the gym, you've seen how we work, you've seen some of the sparring, you've seen how we're training. So, as opposed to beforehand, you'll see that I'm ready for this. Do you know what I mean? You know that I've been in the gym putting in the work, which is what kind of gives me my confidence. I feel this is the most, I'd say definitely the most confident I felt going into a fight. Most comfortable, because at the end of the day, as I said before, I know that whatever happens, I'm ready.
Having that positive mindset when everybody, you know, the old cliche, it's a cliche, but it's a fact. You're as good as your last fight. And that kind of ball and chain follows you around until you literally, not necessarily right that wrong, but you get back to winning ways. The viewers, they might think, oh, he's just lost a fight, no big deal. Some might think, oh, look at him, he's lost a fight early. It is a big deal. What do you think about it, and how do you deal with it? What's your opinion? Because ours doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I've made the... again, I look at it now, retrospectively. I'm able to look at it as a blessing. I'm very grateful for the fact that I did get beat. on that night.
Seems crazy to say that.
It does seem crazy, and I knew you'd tell me that. You did tell me, yeah, I know you. You did tell me that, and obviously at the time it doesn't feel that way, but being able to look back and see that the direction things were going and how that changed course, you can't help but see it as anything other than a blessing. I'm here now, and as I said, I've got a world class trainer, and that's by no means disrespectful to my old coach. He was a top bloke, and he'd done a lot for me, and he was a genuinely great guy, and he still is a good coach. But things had to change, and I was given a list of trainers, and I didn't really like the look of any of them on the list. I knew Peter that was right for me, so I gave him a call, and as I said, I've very much got the attitude of things work out the way that they're supposed to. It might not be the way that we want, but it works out the way that things are supposed to. And I carry that. I carry that with me. And as I said, looking back on things, it was a bit of a blessing. Yeah.
I get it, and the thing is, you could talk about that over and over again. We are here. You are back out on Friday night. I know you've got a lot of people backing you. I know you've got a lot of support from family, friends, your manager, Team Wasserman. You've got all of that behind you. But I'm going to speak to Max, because Max McCracken is the reason why I know who you are. Yep. He's your manager. He's the one that supported you from the beginning. He's the one that would give you stick. Yep. And he did moan about it. Yep. But we're going to get Max's opinion. So sorry about the bright light, Max. But we've got to speak to Max McCracken. Now, Max is his manager and somebody that knows him really well. Your thoughts on, obviously, his career, how it's gone and how you'd like to see it go?
Yeah, I mean, he had a hiccup last time, didn't he? The loss, so he's got to put that right, get back on track. And just show how good he is, really. He's learning a lot with Peter, so we'll see a new version of him. But I mean, taking nothing away from Edwin. Edwin done a good job with him, but we naturally had to move on. And Peter's a really good pick, really good coach. They seem to click, they gel with each other, which is good. So I think we'll see the improvements in this one.
Your experience. You've been in boxing for a long time, a former fighter yourself. You've got the eye and you've got the nose, and when maybe things aren't going as they should. So navigating Matty's career and making sure that he's on the right track and having that relationship with him, that he actually listens and does as he's told. How do you find that with him? Yeah, he's smirking now. Matty's naughty, everyone. Yeah.
No, I think from the last one, he's realised that this game is a short career. You can't make there's only so many of them mistakes you can make. So he's got to put everything right. I've seen him in camp with Peter. Peter's been to our gym as well. Seen he's working hard, he's going through pain barriers, he's doing what he needs to do, to develop into a good fighter. So it's going to take time, but the first step is Friday, isn't it? And I think he'll do it. You'll see a different version of him, you'll see a good version of him, and he'll look good.
A manager that really does look after his fighters. You've come up here with him. Unfortunately, Peter can't be here with him today, but you are here on time, here before him, and making sure that everything's going right. That support that you've got for your fighter, because you believe in him, you're managing him, when sometimes the world would turn their back on him and say, he was just a hype job.
Yeah, no, I think he's got world-class potential. He's if he keeps working hard with Peter, over time, it's not going to happen overnight. But he's going to develop into a world-class heavyweight. And, the world's his oyster, I think, as long as he stays on track, keeps working hard, And, like I said, he's gelled with Peter, so it can only bring out great things from him.
We love it. When you listen to Max say that, I'm going to finish off then with a final word from Matty. When you hear your manager, Max McCracken, a respected name in boxing, it's got nothing to do with me being biased. Your thoughts on what Max has just said?
Listen, it's nothing. Well, I mean, some bits he hasn't actually said to my face before, but there's I mean, it's. I know he wouldn't. He wouldn't risk his name and his reputation if he didn't believe in me. The same way with Peter, and to be honest, I do have to be. My way of showing appreciation for that has to be through hard work. And of course, you can give them all the shout outs and interviews and whatnot. But I have to show them that I'm grateful for that by working hard. It's not just Max and Peter, it's Damien sat over there. Obviously, you can't get him on the camera. He's hiding in the corner. Yeah. But again, he's been very instrumental in my journey as well, and has looked after me from the start as well. And as I said, there's so many more people who are part of Team Harris that you won't see. Even yourself, I know you do the interviews and whatnot as well, but you've been very instrumental and very helpful, and you've been amazing, especially since the loss. You were good.
Moaning at him every day,
Yeah,
swearing at him down the phone. Let's not play the voice notes.
I know I didn't get no peace for the first few weeks, but it's what I needed. That accountability is what makes good fighters and good men. So, as I said, but you know, you've been amazing, Max, my brother, Troy, Damien, Nissa. I've been on. He was on the phone to me every other week. Well, meeting up with me, he was on the phone to me most days after the loss, and I think that says a lot. Obviously, after a loss, especially this early on, it's easy to just kick the fighter to the curb. And they've looked after me, they've taken care of me, and helped me get back on track. As I said, the best way that I can show my appreciation for that, apart from I will just say a big thank you to everyone, but the best way I can show my appreciation for that is to go and achieve what these guys believe what I can do, and yourself. So yeah, as I said, I'm ready to go in there and get things back moving.
We love it. On that positive note, we end with gratitude. Matty Harris, I wish you all the best on Friday night. Show us why you was nicknamed Magic, and we're not talking about the magical things in the cupboard at Mama Shelter Hotel in London.
That's it. They're in Max's room, mate. Nothing to do with me.